So to start, the most important question, can you tell me about the dog? What kind of dog is that?
That's my dog. I just need it to be known.
Joyce.
Joyce is my dog in real life. You know, I don't know. She's a rescue, so I don't know what she is, but a lot of people think she's part basset hound and part pit bull, and all love.
Yeah, she's all love.
I can totally tell.
Yeah.
But now, what inspired the story here?
The inspiration for the story was really, I wanted to depict two women, their relationship, them being best friends. I feel like I don't see female friendships depicted in a grounded, realistic way so much in movies, and I describe their relationship sort of as being like their platonic soulmates, and I feel like I'm lucky enough to have those kind of friendships with women in my own life, and so that was kind of the impetus for me writing the story, because I just feel like, you know, I have these kinds of friendships and I'm not really seeing it on screen, so, you know, I wanted to.
Can you relate to one of these women?
You know, it's so funny when now that I'm seeing everyone see it, I'm like, oh my God, everyone must just be analyzing this to death and thinking, did Jessie give away a couple babies to a friend? But you know, there are certain aspects of their personalities, I suppose, I relate to, but I don't really relate to the characters as a whole, but certainly, you know, aspects of all of them.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And how about you? Can you relate to your character at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that drew me to Andy, actually, was this real, this quality of irreverence, which is something that I have in my own life. It's pretty dominant, actually. And it's a quality that I've never really kind of conveyed on screen, really. And so there's a lot of qualities of her that are probably very particular to me. It's like, I would say they're very close to who I am, which is why I think initially kind of drawn to it, but also that she was really overtly comedic. And that's something also that I had never done. I mean, I've played a lot of different characters, but usually they're pretty, you're speaking of grounded, they're usually pretty grounded and stable and in one way or another, and she's really loose. And I loved that. In more ways than one, and I loved that she had she has a lot of arrested development. And I found her kind of socially awkward and all these things, and I just thought it was a real gift. The writing was a real gift, and I loved the dynamic of their relationship as well. And so it was immediate, my decision to play the role. There was really no question at all.
Rada was telling me a little bit about how you all came together, but, you know, like for someone like you who might have their choice of really high-profile projects out there, I mean, like, what is that nut that said, like, Jessie is the right person?
Well, you know what
to
it
take
is, just
this?
the quality of writing. At the end of the day, like, I mean, you can look at my resume and you'll see that I've done very, very big budgeted movies, but I've also done a lot of really small movies, and really it's the material to me that speaks to me. It's a role that I haven't done before. It's the challenge of doing something different. And so I don't really care if it's a first time writer director. You know, if it's on the page and then I speak to Jessie like I did, and she has a real clear vision for it. And I was a real big fan of Rada as well. So she had, just knowing that Rada had signed on to do it as well, I felt like she probably already troubleshooted the project, so to speak. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
As well?
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer kind of for me at that point. Yeah.
And what's the process like working together? Because it's like a character piece, like a lot of pressure on you, but at the same time, balancing like the comedy and the drama. As an actor's director, there's a lot of pressure on you too. So where does that crossover happen? Like, what's your process in making that happen, right?
Yeah, that's a good question, because this I did actually find, like, tonally you kept it like really good, and it wasn't just like a straight comedy.
Yeah,
it wasn't just a straight drama. So
that's what I'm interested
like
in.
When you're shooting 10 pages a day, how do you keep that straight in your head? Like, this is the real heart, you know, warming moment.
To me, those kinds of stories are the ones I'm really drawn to, where you know, you got to explore the comedy and the poignancy in any given situation. And I think it was just a real collaboration. We were on set every day, you know. We just kind of flew through it. I don't think there wasn't a whole lot of premeditated.
No, we didn't have time to do that, and I think. But it really comes down to casting as well, and I think Jessie, of course, I mean, she cast Michael Weston, who is a good friend of hers. John Doerr, who was his first movie, I mean, he was so extraordinary. You knew Rado, we came on, but we all just jived so well. We all really sincerely liked each other a lot, and we had a really, really good time day in and day out. Nobody brought any baggage to the table. We were like, let's just do it. And it was great. It was really fun.
I feel like, I keep saying to people, I feel like it's all downhill for me from here, because I have been so spoiled by this experience, because I just had so much fun, and it just totally reinforced for me that this is what I want to keep doing.
Yeah, totally.
So what was the environment like on set? I mean, was it work, or you had a good time too?
We had
so
a really playful
it was really,
set.
and we basically shot in that house. I mean, 3/4 of the movie, I think, was shot in that particular location. So we didn't really have, I mean, trailers or anything. I mean, we just hung out in the house, and we had a really good time. I mean,
there was a lot of laughing.
There was a lot of laughing.
We were obnoxious, really.
We all, by the end of it, we were all Andy, basically. We all had like Arrested Development. You could have swore there was like a bunch of 15-year-olds running around.
We were like cackling hyenas.
Yeah.
But we were getting work done.
We were getting work done.
Very clearly.
Exactly. And we weren't even drinking.
I know.
That was the amazing thing.
That's so funny. Well, I think that's...
So what was in the glasses at all those parties you guys were having?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, you know, it's important to have that kind of environment on set. When people are having fun, it informs
it translates right on, it definitely translates right onto film, for sure.
And it's a very fun movie. I definitely get that, and I see the comedy too, but it's also very dramatic and deep, and you have some really big moments. I was just talking to Rada about that part where a character breaks down, and like your character has like a pretty incredible arc too.
Yeah.
How is it handling that, where it's like realistic, where those characters still feel like the same people in a way in the end?
Well, I mean, I was constantly keeping that in check, you know, and just being wary of not giving the audience whiplash, because we do go from these comedic moments to these sadder moments, you know, pretty quickly. And so I think just making sure to keep everything real and grounded and never going too far into shtickiness with the comedy, but keeping it grounded, that sort of helped toe that line, I think.
Yeah, it seems like every time we went, really kind of, it was like real funny, and then all of a sudden we pulled it back, and then it was like a very...
And I think that's life.
It is, but it is life. And I mean, I think anytime that we're going through anything in life, I mean, your whole life isn't just laced with like depression or negative things. I mean, I hope not. I mean, there are hopefully like moments of levity, you know, that one experiences even in your most downtrodden times, you know. So, I mean, I think that's very realistic. And so I love the idea that all of these characters are going through their own shit, so to speak, you know. And you said it so, or who says it? Is it Michael Weston? Michael's character says it so beautifully. He's like, we're all just trying to do the best we can, you know. And it's true, none of them are really right or wrong. They're just flawed. They're just flawed.
People,
as most of us
are.
Right. Yeah.
I think that was my goal
Except
too.
for Perry. Perry's pretty perfect.
And you have a fabulous jacket.
I'm gonna put that on loop and just like take it with me everywhere.
But you know, the other thing I really wanted to accomplish in telling the story was just showing deeply flawed people and how they're struggling to kind of, you know, find their way in the world, and showing that, you know, reminding everyone that we're all human and we all have flaws, and we are just trying to do the best we can.